On today's installation video, we'll be showing you how to install a RaceChip on a Volkswagen GTI MK8. Before installing the RaceChip, please wait until your engine is cool enough to work on. Put your parking brake or emergency brake on. If your vehicle is equipped with an alarm system, please disable it. Pop the hood, roll up the windows, close the doors, and press the lock button on your key fob and move that key fob 30 feet away. You're gonna wait about 10 minutes after for all the electricity to clear from underneath the hood. First step is to remove the plastic engine cover and feed the A connection from the RaceChip wiring harness down below. We'll next want to jack the vehicle up. If you're using a floor jack, please refer to the owner's manual for the exact jack positions. With the vehicle safely in the air, we'll go ahead and remove the plastic lower engine splash shield and set it aside. With the splash shield removed, we now have access to our A connection, which will be a boost pressure sensor. We'll grab the RaceChip wiring harness that we previously fed down below and locate our boost pressure sensor, which will be towards the front of the vehicle just behind the radiator fans. To unplug the OEM sensor plug, pull back on the gray locking tab and press down, and then take that OEM sensor plug and install it directly into the RaceChip wiring harness and lock it in place with the gray locking tab. We'll then take the male end of the RaceChip wiring harness, plug that into the OEM sensor, and lock it in place with the gray locking tab. Then we'll go ahead and route and zip tie the RaceChip wiring harness away from any hot and moving parts like the radiator fan, but just make sure when you use the zip ties not to zip tie too tight to pinch off any electrical wires or connections. We then can go ahead and reinstall the lower engine shield and put the vehicle back on the ground. We then can move on to our B connection, which is going to our manifold pressure sensor. Just like the A connection, we're going to pull back and press down on that locking tab and install the RaceChip wiring harness. Don't forget the sensor locking tabs. Now we can move on to our final connection, which is our C, going to our camshaft position sensor. Just like our other two connections, we'll pull back on the locking tab and press down to unplug the OEM sensor plug before we install the RaceChip wiring harness and locking both sensors in place with their locking tabs. With our connections securely made, we can now install the RaceChip tuning device. Make sure when you mount the tuning device to stay away from any hot or moving parts and to mount it in a cool and dry place. Then all that's left to do is get out, drive, and enjoy your new RaceChip.